like best about funny cars?
They're fast.
Fast?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I like the power they get up off the line with. I like the smoke and everything, man. That's the excitement. Noise. The noise. Speed.
Jet engines.
Horsepower. I like the smell of a funny car.
The nitro fumes, huh?
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
I'm Bobby Dorr from Main Event Video. We're here at Raceway Park in Englishtown, New Jersey for the K-Mart Polaroid US All-Pro Funny Car Championships. This is the 10th year this event's been held, and right behind me right now is over $5 million worth of racing equipment, over 100,000 horsepower. All the funny cars, all 32 of them, jet, nitro, and alcohol funny cars that are entered here today are lined up behind me here on the drag strip. On the start line, ready to go. In the lane nearest to you, the left-hand lane out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Frank Hamburger in the Philadelphia Flyer Ford Mustang. He'll be taking on Al Hoffman, driving the Gemini Corvette. Watch for Hoffman in the right-hand lane to make a super burnout. He's really good at making these super smoky burnouts. He says he's going to win the burnout contest. Let's watch. There's a burnout contest here today. An extra $1,000, which is a lot of money to these funny car racers, goes to the Nitro funny car that does the best burnout. We'll be looking for that. Also, this is first round. The two low ETs in the first round, the two quickest cars, will come back and lead the final round. So the team of Hamburger and Bilbo, here in the left-hand lane out of Philadelphia. It's a Ford Mustang body car. They call him the Philadelphia Flyer. Al Hoffman, right-hand lane. Originally from Connecticut, now lives down in Florida. A brand new car for him. It's a Corvette body. He calls it Gemini. 3,000 horsepower, supercharged, fuel-injected, nitro-burning car. Explosion right off the starting line. The engine is still running, but they're going to have to get him to shut it off. And this is going to be a good East versus West Coast battle. In the lane nearest to me on the left-hand side out of California, right outside of Los Angeles, it's the infamous Hawaiian Punch Dodge of Roland Leon. Driven by his new driver. He's had about 10 of them in the car, Johnny West. His competition will be out of Glen Willard, Pennsylvania. Another journeyman funny car driver from the East Coast, Dominic Santucci. They call him DA. He's got one of the prettiest cars on the circuit. It's the Black Magic Thunderbird. You can see they have the roof hatches open. That's to let all the nitro fumes that are inside the car and all the tire smoke outside the car, get it out of the driver's compartment so the driver has a little bit clearer vision. The Hawaiian Punch car in this lane is in the lane that was just oiled on. Brent Kramberger just blew his motor, so it might make a traction problem. It might make a little difference off the starting line. Santucci running in the right lane, runs here at Englishtown about 6 times a year. Really knows this track well, and he's definitely going to be a hard man to beat. Remember, the two low ETs get into the final. The Hawaiian Punch in the near lane. Dominic Santucci, the Black Magic Thunderbird in the right-hand lane. The closest drag race of the day. What a great pass. Dom Santucci, right lane, took the win of 584, 250 miles per hour. Johnny West driving rolling off to wind up and smoke right off the start line. Came by here and his tires were blazing. He runs a 589, 253 miles per hour. Okay, here's our next pair. This is going to be an interesting confrontation. Force versus Force. In the near lane, the Castro GTX, Jolly Rancher, Polaroid automobile of John Bruce Force out of Yorba Linda, California. Wow, what a burnout by Force! Unbelievable! The smoke, the fumes covering the starting line here at Englishtown. Force really laid down his Super Smoky. John Force has got a problem on the starting line. You can see he had shut it off. And a lot of smoke coming out of that car. A big upset. Nobody ever expected that Johnny Force would have to be shut off on the starting line. So, going down the track uncontested will be Paul Smith in the future for his car. Paul Smith up in smoke right off the starting line. Definitely had too much power dialed into that car, too much clutch. Nitro cars ready to go. It's going to be a good battle. Two good East Coast cars. In the right-hand lane, the self-employed building contractor from Brooklyn, New York, Jerry Caminito. Beautiful car he calls the Blue Thunder. His competition out of Camden, New Jersey. The U.S. mail they call it. Pat Walsh drives it. Nick Papadeas owns it. They're going for the burnout money right now. This is going to be a good battle. That's the second body on the car for Caminito in the right-hand lane. He's had a lot of problems. His first one finally gave it up when he blew it right off the car a few weeks ago. By Jerry Caminito, up in smoke, halfway down the track, still set second low ET, a 586, 256 miles per hour. That's also good for top speed. So right now, unless these cars do better, the final is going to be the Black Magic of Dom Santucci against Jerry Caminito. Here comes our next pair. here, about halfway down the drag strip. As you can see, smoke coming out of that car. He's going for it, but I think he's going to be okay. R.C. Sherman, really exploding engine down there at the big end. The crew going out to check him out. Okay, so that sets up our Nitro final. The Black Magic Low ET at 5.84 seconds. He'll be taking on Jerry Caminito, who ran a 5.86. That's it for Funny Cars. Here we go with the wheel standers. And this is the only father and son wheel standing team in drag racing. Jack and Toby Ermitrout. This is Toby Ermitrout, drives the Night Raider, 20 years old. There's his old man, Jack Ermitrout. He drives a car they call Hemi Under Glass. Both of these cars powered by big block Chevrolet engines stuffed in the back seat. You can see the motor sitting there behind the driver. Great pass. Toby Ermitrout beats his old man. A 986, 150 miles per hour in the right-hand lane. The old man's second best at 1014, 115. Here comes Diesel Louis. That's Diesel Louis Force out of Yorba Linda, California. The sport's only wheel-standing Kenworth-bodied machine. It's the most unusual wheel stander ever seen in the sport of drag racing, let me tell you. 1953 Kenworth body truck powered by a big block Chevrolet engine. It's all riding to the rear frame rails. Take a look at that machine. Got the wild wing on the back, the stack sticking out the side. Diesel Louis Force, a great showman. The sports only 1953 Kenworth wheel standard. It's time for the Jet Funny Cars. These are the most powerful vehicles in drag racing. Produce almost twice as much horsepower as a Nitro Funny Car. They're thrust driven. They put on an exciting smoke and fire show behind the starting line. So here we go, it's weenie roaster time at Englishtown. The jet-powered Funny Cars pulling their way towards the starting line. Right-hand lane, husband and wife team. The two kids are the crew chief, Alan, Ellen, Hannah, the Eastern Raider T-Bird. What a wild-looking car that is. Here in the near lane, Nick Rosberg drives the Strohs Firebird, former track record holder here at Englishtown in the near lane. He'd like to regain it. The Strohs Firebird takes that win. A 6:20 elapsed time, 260.11 miles per hour. Al Hanna, the Eastern Raider, was real close, but the Strohs Firebird was the car to beat. Okay, now if you think jet cars are exciting, here comes a jet dragster. Now take a look at this car. It's the longest car in drag racing today, 30 feet long. It's called the Boatown Express, and it's powered by not one, but two Westinghouse J34 jet engines. Twice the power, twice the speed. And this is an unreal car. Like I said, the biggest car in drag racing. Take a look at the size of that thing. 30 feet long, two big, powerful J34 jet engines sitting behind Steve Cotugno, the driver. Now, Dick Gallardi built this car a few years ago, hired Cotugno as the driver, and without a doubt, it's proved to be one of the most popular exhibition vehicles in the sport of drag racing today. Now, both of these engines produce 5,000 pounds of thrust, which translates into 10,000 horsepower. Each engine, so we're talking about a 20,000 horsepower machine here. The car weighs almost 6 tons, about 12,000 pounds, a very heavy car. And it takes a lot of power, which both of those engines produce, to move this car down the quarter mile. Now, the fire show that this car puts out is unbelievable. What do you like best about funny cars?
The noise. I like the Nitro.
That they go really fast.
Speed and the flames.
Motor's pretty wild. They're powered by 426 Keith Black motor. Pretty wild.
How about you? You like funny cars?
Noise. The flames and the noise.
I like the excitement and the danger with the speed. Everything's just a combination. The power and the noise, it's all great.
we're going to see an unusual race. As you remember, John Force in the first round had a problem with his car. He didn't make a good pass, and he's very disappointed. He's out here behind me, ready to go for second round. He's out here on a consolation type run. He just wants to come out and show to these fans that he can run. His competition, though, is going to be a jet funny car. That is Dick Rosberg back there with the Stroh's Firebrood Firebird. Johnny Forrest backing up the Castrol GTX, Jolly Rancher Candy Polaroid camera, Oldsmobile here in the right-hand lane. He's going to be taking on the jet-powered funny car. You can see Forrest lining up for his dry burnout, though. Let's watch him. Now, here we go. Fired and running is the jet car. You don't see this too often. You don't see a Nitro funny car in one lane and a jet funny car in the other lane. Forrest just wanted to come back and show these people in the stands that he can run. He wants to lay down a good 5-second run. He's getting ready to line up against the jet funny car. Let's watch. There it is, low elapsed time of the race. John Force wanted to prove he was the fastest guy here. He did it. A 571 top speed, 262 miles per hour. As you saw, Rosberg and the Stroh's Firebrood Firebird just kind of fizzled out on the starting line. He had what they call a flame out, and his jet just couldn't keep up with John Force. Who owns the car in the right lane that Paul Smith is driving, is out here on the track acting as crew chief for Al Hoffman, the car that his own car is going to be competing against. Little brotherly love here. These guys really know each other well, and they like to help each other out anytime they can. .67, 247 miles per hour. There's a happy crew there. Al Hoffman at 612 and only 201. On the nitro fumes and the tire smoke drifting across the starting line here. So Lagana first back towards the starting line. Here goes Pat Walsh in the race bestest U.S. male. Now Walsh and Bonaparte Barney, left lane, ran outlaw funny cars for many years, did very well at it, decided to make the big step up to Nitro. So, 6:02 gets the win in the Twilight Zone. Both cars really chattering and shaking the tires as they went by our camera position here about 100 foot out. They were really pounding the ground. It was real aggressive driving by both guys and managed to hold on to it. First out of the bleach box and really smoking the tires on that Oldsmobile. These guys do something different in the sport of drag racing. I'm going to show you this. After the car backs up, the crew is going to lift the body up. Crew chief Austin Coyle will go underneath in the engine compartment and pull a wire off that hooks up the second magneto, complete spare ignition system. Here's the body going up. Austin Coyle dives on in there, pulls the wire off. Now both ignition systems are activated. They use one ignition system for the burnout and both ignition systems for the run. Oh, the Hawaiian hooking up real nice on the dry burnout. Ladies and gentlemen, a 5:35 elapsed time. That's a new track record for Englishtown, 260 miles per hour. John Force goes a respectable 567, 257. Drivers produce this fire and smoke show by running the engine and doing all the trick stuff with the afterburner. They have an individual fuel control. They dump raw fuel in the afterburner without ignition. That makes all the smoke get sick. Then when that raw fuel's going in there, they flip another switch and that turns on the ignition. That creates the fire. And by adjusting these two levers, they can adjust how much smoke, how much fire comes out, and also those pounding burner pops through it. They do that by putting the fuel on and get the ignition real quick, and it's right through real fast. So here we go. A 6:17 elapsed time. Look at that speed, 264 miles per hour. You'll notice those two chrome things that are sitting on top of the engine look like fuel tanks. They aren't. What they are packs with the dual parachutes it takes to stop this car after he makes a 250-mile-an-hour run down this quarter mile. Both of those parachutes are blown out of those tubes by shotgun shells that are activated by the driver inside the car. He presses a button when he wants the chute to come out, fires the shotgun shell, which pushes the chute out. Look at that fire and smoke show there, huh? Unbelievable, the size of this thing. It's so big, it's so awesome, it's incredible. A lot of horsepower, but designed to do one thing, go from the start line to the finish line as fast as it possibly can. What a great run by the Botown Express. That thing was really burning as it came by here. Okay, here we go with the second round of the wheel stand battle. Again, we got the father and son team. Jack and Toby Ermentrout. The old man, Jack, in the left-hand lane. His 20-year-old son, Toby, here in the right. The Night Raider taking on the Hemi Underglass. for this final round of Nitro funny car action. Taking on the Dodge Charger body machine. The Blue Thunder is Jerry Papadeas from Brooklyn, New York. Both of these drivers, regular competitors here in Englishtown. They really want to win this for K-Mart and Polaroid here at the U.S. All-Pro Funny Car Championship, the most prestigious funny car race on the East Coast. No dry burnouts here. This is the race. They're ready to go.